Chapter 7. The little girl appears, illuminated by the yellow lighting. Her black hair sways. She has gotten bigger to look at. Older. Asexual forms developed. Slender girl with awkward long arms. She holds on to the railing. Dumping. She goes down. Lands on the floor. She looks at Kota, raises the left eyebrow, looking over at the man. Kota smiles. He feels deep joy at seeing her again. The hands feel restless. He hides them in his trouser pocket. She looks at him with a sinister look. She doesn't recognize Kota. He feels it. Wandering thoughts. The reporting period. The man begins to look with a wry smile at Kota. He senses a danger arising. Little girl, says Kota. She puts a flat hand up to her nose and spins around like a wind turbine. A movement Kota remembers from her. The look changes. A revelation appears in the little head. She looks angry, pulls the knuckles into the hip. That guy? Is he going to drive me? She says. The sound is furious. That guy. Accept the offer or don't. I am leaving now. You yourself find out how to lock after yourselves. Answers the man. He slams a couple of keys down on the table. The door slams behind him. Naegi lets out a loud moan. She walks over to the fridge. Grabs some food. A bowl. Kota looks at her with wide eyes. He had expected a different reaction from her. We have to go, tells Kota. He takes his hands out of his pockets. Takes the keys from the table. We have to go, otherwise we'll be busy. I have to eat first. Without food and drink, the hero cannot do. She has got a darker voice. A youthful voice. A lot has happened in 2 years. Thinking Kota, if I don't get anything to eat, then I'm not fun to be with for a long time. Tells Naegi. She swallows the food, like a dog that has just had its food bowl filled. Kota thinks. His brain is slowly coming back. He feels the emotions rule the mind. Introspection is a good thing. Self-responsibility is a good thing. Naegi says teasingly. She takes the empty bowl over to the sink. Slowly, she lets the water run. Kota feels an irritation growing. He controls himself. Take advantage of the time to explore the home. Large windows leading out to a small garden. A TV hangs on the wall. It is not set. Kota looks at the keychain. Car key, house key, a thin key that could be for a padlock. Are you about to finish? We have to go. We will get nowhere if you have to have that attitude. Lucky for you, I'm in the clothes. Do you like it? I bought them yesterday. It's my travel kit. Naegi asks. She goes out in a long-sleeved shirt with her fingertips. Nope. Kota looks at her feet. On the stomach. Up on her forehead. He now sees how long the girl's hair has become. Walks her to shoulder blades. She has put a pink clip in her hair. I like it. You look adorable. Thank you. And the best part is that it has pockets. See, says Naegi. She puts her hands in each pocket. Standing with the shirt away from the body. Shall we leave? Kota asks. The irritation breaks his friendly tone. Naegi nods. She walks towards the door. Putting on the shoes. Kota kindly opens the door. Looking down at the girl who is carefully tying her shoelaces. Aren't you going to pick up my bag? Where is it? On top. It's a weekend bag and a day bag. Answers Naegi. She stands up. Expect no response. She goes outside. Kota snorts. Wrinkles on the nose. He climbs the stairs. Looking towards the lighted room. He can smell she's been there. A large bag is on the bed. He takes it. Feels a huge weight. Kota grabs a small bag on the dressing table. Has she started using such stats? Kota asks himself. A sound like a reproachful father. He looks at himself in the mirror. A bag on the neck, and one in the hand. He shuddered at the sight. Kota walks down the stairs to the girl. No, a day bag. Does it look like a day bag? Do not a NSWER. Which one of these is correct? Kota asks. He feels an effervescent mood from the girl. Let the big one stay here. The day bag is on my bed. I've just been there. I only saw the big bag. You must have put it somewhere else. Is it something that is important, because then I probably have to go up and see it all through? Kota asks. He drops the big bag. Handing it to Naegi. Now that you say so yourself, then yes. It is important. You just have to get up and look better. Get started, commands Naegi. Kota goes up again, looking around, lifts the decorative pillows, a baggy bag. He takes it down with him. Naegi claps his hands, makes a small jump. Skillful, she says seriously, like Kota was a dog that could do tricks. He takes that weekend bag. Stretching towards the car, the parking garage feels cold. Creepy. The red Opel is gone. They walk over to the black SUV. Set the bags. Be careful. I don't want them to get dirty. You must not put them down on the ground. Says Naegi. Decisive. She points to the bags. Kota lifts them up. Grabs the key with the little finger. With difficulty, he presses. The tailgate opens automatically. Febrile noise. Sit in. Remember your seatbelt. Should I, crime man? You know I hate being called that. I thought we had an agreement if it wasn't my name. I know, crime man. Answers Naegi, teasing. Kota, the job, criminal, male. Kota, criminal, man. You are incorrigible. Sit down. Then we drive off as soon as I have set up the GPS. It will probably last a few hours, but I don't want to make more stops than absolutely necessary, so P-breaks are after every 2 hours. What if I have to make it big? Naegi asks. She jumps into the seat, cuddles into the leather. Kota looks at her in surprise. He hadn't expected that comment. We'll take that when we get there. He answers, not knowing what else to say. The car starts spinning. Kota smells of leather. The car feels new. High. Digital dashboard. Kota can't help but be amazed by 21st century automotive technology. He carefully puts it in reverse gear. Ease on the brakes. It even drives backwards. Kota stops abruptly. Naegi falls forward, looking up at the man with outrage. And you have it under control? It's an automatic transmission. Disabled carriage. I'm not used to doing that. The trick is to use a foot. And then stop using the one you normally have for the clutch. Look, now it's a little easier. Kota puts it into motion. The machine moves forward easily. Kota presses down on the accelerator pedal, feeling the progress. There is a lot of maintenance in such a system. Not many people think about that. Tells Kota. Naegi listens. She looks out the window. Out on the road lit by a single ray of sunlight. Kota continues, you have to change an oil in the system for the gearbox, more often than you think. So better settle for the old system. It is easy and does not require much maintenance. Oil is expensive in the long run. How long until we get there? Naegi asks. She looks at the man. Kota points to the GPS. 6 hours. So is it with or without the boredom bonus in your stories? Because then it can quickly add up to 8, 9 hours. You are funny. You wouldn't think I had missed you. How long has it been? 1 year? 2 years? 1 year? It's been 2 years. It was a long time ago. 2 years is not long. Answers Kota. He adjusts the rearview mirror. For someone who is well into his 40s, 2 years are just small things. If you're not 15 yet, 2 years is a long time. Percentage-wise, so you've learned about percentages now? Learned? I have been able to do it since I was 3 years old. I am way ahead of my classmates. But I also had a good teacher. My mother spent a lot of time teaching me at home. I can do many things, you know that. Have you learned anything new in the 2 years we haven't seen each other? No, my mother is dead. Tells Naegi, without sound in the voice. Kota tries to gauge her reaction. He doubts the girl regrets death. Silence ensues. The engine spins. Kota drives down to the highway. The machine is allowed to work. Hits 3,000 revolutions. In a few seconds he is up to over 100 kilometers per hour. What about boyfriends? Are you not at the age where you have boyfriends? How about yourself? Are you not at the age where you have children? Or maybe grandchildren? You see, this is an annoying question. Now don't be naughty. You sounded like my father. How is he doing? He's dead too, answers Naegi. She pulls her arms in close to her body. Sullen, Kota feels the stupidity seeping into his body. In through all body openings. He gets embarrassed. So what? Naegi angrily interrupts. Her gaze freezes Kota, like Medusa's curse. She starts to laugh. Kota looks at her nervously. The emotional change scares him. You are an easy crime man. That's something I've missed most about you. I love to fool you. You are so easy. I don't worry about my parents. They have taught me many good things, and I make use of them. There comes a time when you say goodbye to your family and have to learn to live on your own. That time is just now, as far as I'm concerned. I can do that. So you have nothing against the death of your parents? Yes, I'm sorry, but that's about it. You also have to look at the bright side of life. We live in the present. Take with you the things from the past that matter. Everything that is bad is thrown aside. Yes. Otherwise, you can get enough bad things to mess around with? Kota asks. Yes, exactly. You have to learn to look ahead. They wanted me to see a bunch of psychologists, but I told them to stay away. I don't want people to mess with me. I have a strong mentality. And no, I don't have a girlfriend. Answers Naegi. How can it be? Are there no cute boys in the class? They are nice, but there are no men. I don't need boys, I need a man. Someone who can figure out how to put me in my place. They are way too padded. And then they have to be able to handle what I have. Answers Naegi. Kota looks at her missing breasts. Answers Kota. Do you know what you sound like, sometimes? No, I do not know. What do you think when I sound like? And stop saying something stupid. I can easily turn the car around and drive you home? On the highway? No. Koda rolls her eyes. What do I sound like? A cow. When you think. Umuh like a cow. Answers Nayagi. She presses her palm to her nose. Laughing out loud, Koda bites her lips together. He changes lanes, overtaking a slow car, looking into the side window. An old lady with big glasses. A cow? Koda asks. Yes, such a one standing in a field of grass. Says muh, all day. It's the same sound you say when you think. You do it all the time. Moo, moo, crime man. Yes please. It reaches. Fortunately, the radio is not broken. Koda taps the screen. Turn up the volume. A pop song is playing. Moo, 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 say Nayagi. Koda turns up higher. Moo, moo, she shouts, trying to drown out the music. Koda clamps a hand over her mouth. She bites his finger. Well, let's take a break. I drive in here and fill up with gas. You stay in the car. Koda sees the exit, drives the car into the lane. He looks in the rearview mirror. Recognizes a car that has been behind them for a long time. A black 4-door car. Filled up with people. Koda narrows her eyes, follows their gaze.